All right, guys, Coach Dan from Baseball Strength back with you. Promised you last week, after we covered our core series, we're going to cover our shoulder series. So here we go. We're going to go through today, cable columns. You guys all have them in your weight room, whether it's your high school, your college, your organized ball club. You guys have these cable columns. Everybody's got them. So I'm going to show you how to use these to really develop shoulder stability, shoulder strength, explosive shoulder power, and most importantly, shoulder safety. The safer your shoulders are, the longer your career is going to be. Okay? These are adjustable cable columns. Up high over here, mid-range on this side. This one I'm going to be bouncing from high to low. This one I'm going to keep right here in the middle. So I'm going to show you some different exercises that you can do. First thing we're going to look at is external rotation. Okay? When you guys throw a ball, you're going into internal rotation. The external rotation is your body's braking system. It's what slows down your arm after release. 90% of rotator cuff injuries happen after the ball is released. All right, let me repeat that. 90% of rotator cuff injuries happen after the ball is released. So once you get here, release the ball, this section here, when you're trying to slow your arm down, you're trying to put the brakes on, that's when you get hurt. Okay, external rotation is what strengthens that braking system and reduces the likelihood of injury. The less your likelihood of injury, the more willing your body is going to be to let you accelerate to throw the ball. So it works both ways. It reduces your likelihood of injury and increases your performance. Okay? First thing that we're going to look at is a straight external rotation. Okay? You guys should all have a water bottle with you in the weight room. If you don't have a water bottle, you have a workout towel. Either way, we're going to hook that towel or bottle between your elbow and your ribs. We're going to hold on to the handle at waist height, and we're going to externally rotate. Okay, now the key for having this water bottle here is to stop us from extending all the way out straight. Okay? It's also going to stop us from bringing our elbow all the way in. When your elbow comes all the way in, the head of your shoulder pops out of the socket a little bit. So we got to keep it just a little bit away from your ribs as we externally rotate. Okay? Take a look at that from the back side. You can see as I do these from the back that I'm working on pinching my shoulder blades tight together. I'm not letting my shoulder blades round forward. Pinch them tight and pull out to the side. Our next external rotation we're going to do from down at the bottom. Okay, we're going to move that cable down to about knee height, and we call this one a 90-90. We call it 90-90s because we've got a 90-degree angle at our armpits and a 90-degree angle at our elbow. Okay, we're going to bring that arm up to 90 degrees, elbow out to 90 degrees, and extend straight up. Okay, there's two real quick external rotation moves. Externally rotating at your waist and externally rotating up at shoulder height. Okay, the next move that we're going to do, I call draw swords. I call it draw swords because we're going to be like a pirate who's getting into a sword fighting match. We're going to pull straight across our body as if we're pulling a sword out of our sheath. Again, we're going to start at waist height. Got my hand in tight to my hip. I'm sliding my knuckles across my body and extending out straight. Okay, really working on scapular retraction here, pulling those shoulder blades back together tight in the back. You can see it better from this angle. Right now, my shoulder blades are spread apart. I pull those shoulder blades back tight as I extend out straight. Okay, we do the same drill from down low. Now we're gonna round the shoulder forward, pull back out, and now we're extending up into the air. Again, going from having the shoulder blades spread apart to pinching those shoulder blades back tight. Working on getting those scapular back pulled tight together. And then we do the same drill from up high. We're going to start out up by our shoulder, working on a good stretch here as we're going back toward the weight stack. Pull it down and across our body. Reach up high, get a good stretch, pull those scapula tight, and slide the knuckles down across the body. Okay, there's two quick external rotation moves. Two ways that we can put the brakes on our body. Now we're going to work on the acceleration part of it, the acceleration part of the movement where we're working on internal rotation. Got that trusty water bottle or towel again. We're going to start at waist height. Let our arm extend all the way back toward the pulley and internally rotate across our body. Still working on keeping those shoulder blades pulled together in the back. Now let's switch sides here so you can see it. Shoulder blades pulled together and internally rotate. Okay, now we're going to move up top. We're going to get back on that same 90-90 drill that we did for external rotation. Well, now we're at 90-90 and we're working on bringing our arms down to perpendicular to the ground. Last internal rotation drill that we're going to do is very similar to your entire throwing motion. I'm going to show you over on this one. I need you guys to remember that everything that you do for your right arm, you have to do for your left. I'm going to demonstrate this on my right side. Remember, you have to do it for your right as well as your left. Okay? I'm going to try to stimulate the muscles that are involved in the throwing motion from start to finish. Okay, so I'm going to come back here, thumb pointed back towards second base, an internal rotation, and then we open up into external rotation and come across the body. It's not an exact simulation of the throwing motion. What we're looking to do is stimulate the muscles involved in the throwing motion. Keeping the weight really light. Not looking to overload the muscles. Just looking to get them fired up and develop a little bit of strength. So there's the cable column shoulder work.